What's going on, people? You know, it's so unfortunate, man, that the so-called black Americans are always falling for the traps that the Democrat Party set for them. Now, this is what I posted on Twitter. It says, "Don't fall for the hype. This is Democratic media trying to weaponize your anger emotions." Now, black Americans forget quickly. And I don't know what it is about the Democrat Party that makes the so-called black Americans so loyal to them in spite of what they do to you. Even going back as far as slavery and the KKK and white supremacy. See, a lot of y'all talk about white supremacy, but you forget about what the Democrat Party has done to you and that's still doing to you. So, I remember back in Vietnam, the Vietnamese used propaganda against America using the so-called black Americans as they weaponized the black American troops. They released leaflets that said, "Black man, go home. This is not your war." See, they were trying to feed into the emotions of the black troops, creating divide and conquer. They're saying that black Americans had no business over in Vietnam. And they used what was happening to the black American in America to create division in the middle of a war. So they dropped leaflets saying, "Black man, go home. This is not your war." Another thing too, you forget what Joe Biden says. "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." And then there was another thing Joe Biden says. He says they're going to put y'all back in chains. Why is it that they're always targeting the black Americans, weaponizing your color, weaponizing your emotions, stirring up your emotions so that you will become so angry at the Republican Party that you would vote for them, not realizing that you're giving up your votes for free and you're not going to get anything in return. Think back of when Roe versus Wade was overturned. What's the first thing they started saying? Black women were going to die. And then they start showing in the media, start saying in the media where already this female died because she didn't get the abortion health care. You know, and they psych black women into thinking that it's a good thing, it's health care to murder your own unborn children because they were in favor of Margaret Sanger's dream. So they used black women. You're gonna die. So they had all these black women out there protesting, saying how much of an Uncle Tom that Clarence Thomas was. Notice they attacked Clarence Thomas and no one else for overturning Roe versus Wade. And now the same Democratic Party, the media, because they feel that this is going to affect them in the election. By Elon Musk buying Twitter, they're now not able to control your mind before you go to the polls. Remember before they started silencing all the conservatives, and you know, if you thought anything different than they thought, then it's like, okay, now we got to silence you. See, they can't do that now on Twitter. They can't silence you now. I've had posts taken down on Twitter, on Instagram. I had videos removed on YouTube, had channels removed on YouTube all because of the fact that we spoke out against the pandemic, all because of the fact that we spoke out against, the jab. See, and now they had black Americans now saying the N-word. They saying N-word. But yet, black Americans have no problem hearing that in your rap music. You support rap artists that's always saying the N-word. See? So you would say the word in your music, but yet when you get on social media, now you become politically correct and say the N-word. So now the Democrat media is saying the use of the N-word on Twitter jumped almost 500%. I'm on Twitter. I have about 4 accounts on Twitter, and I have not yet seen that word yet. If anything, it's in the music. It's in the rap music. And even in the rap music, I have not heard that word on Twitter. So who's actually saying this? And then if you do happen to see it, do you really know who's behind that Twitter account that's putting it out there to make you think that it's because of Elon Musk? This is all negative propaganda. This is warfare. And black Americans are falling for the okie doke. When are you going to stop allowing the Democrat Party to weaponize you, to use you up and then throw you aside? It's just like now, the gas prices are falling. In some places, you may see food a little cheaper, but it's still expensive, right? And they want to make you think, oh, we're going to give you free education now. We're going to pay for your student loans. And then they're gonna make you think they're doing something for you, and then you're gonna run to the polls and say, "Oh, Joe Biden did something good for me, so I'm gonna vote for him." And then it's gonna go right back to where it was before, and you're gonna be complaining again. This is all a trick. This is tricknology. This is all propaganda. You are in the middle of a war. And they're weaponizing your color, your skin complexion. They're weaponizing your emotions. Because they know once they get you all worked up and you start sharing it on Twitter, talking about what Elon Musk did and Twitter and I canceled my account, that's what they want you to do, because now you're Elon Musk threw a monkey wrench into their program. They now can't manipulate you and silence you. See, so it's sad because now the use of the word, the N-word on Twitter jumped almost 500% after Elon Musk takeover. Now, another thing too, and I'm going to close this, is that Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked. Both men had no clothes on. In the midst of the fight, Nancy Pelosi's husband says, "I gotta go to the bathroom," and the attacker allowed him to go to the bathroom, which seemed quite strange to me. They say he's illegal. He's an illegal immigrant from Canada. But now they're putting it on the Republicans, the conservatives. They're saying that Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked because of January 6th. They're still pushing that agenda. You see how they use lies to manipulate your mind? And if anybody should know better, it's the so-called black Americans, because they did the same thing to black men. When they say black men would rape white women, would rob white women, snatch your purse. So you drive up next to them at a red light and they start locking their car doors. Those is old enough to remember. Do you remember that? Being on the elevator with a white woman and she automatically started clenching her purse because the media told her that you were so dangerous, you were going to snatch your purse. Well, that's the same thing they're doing now, and you're still falling for it. So don't believe the hype. This is all Democrat negative propaganda. You are in the middle of a war, and they're using you as a weapon.